analysis of a rectangular waveguide. So in before we actually start TM mode analysis, let us quickly see what we have done in TM mode analysis, right? So in TM mode analysis, we said that magnetic field is perpendicular to the direction of propagation. That means it exists only in the directions perpendicular to the direction of propagation, and in the direction of propagation, magnetic field will be zero, right? So therefore, for TM mode, if Z is the direction of propagation, we made Hz equal to zero, and we had to calculate the value of Ez, so that once we have Ez and Hz, we will be able to calculate the all other four field components, which are Ex, Ey, as well as Hx and Hy, right? Now, yeah, of the values of Ez and Hz for TM mode, we know that Hz is 0. And for Ez, we have taken the wave equation, expanded it, and then we had followed step-by-step procedure wherein what do you call, we have adopted this variable separation method to solve this equation where we have expressed Ez and as a product of two functions, capital X and capital Y, where capital X is a function of only small x and capital Y is a function of only small y. And then we have substituted, simplified it further, and we have seen that when you try to make each term in the expression as a function of only one particular variable, right? As you see in this, the first term is only a function of x, second term is only a function of y, right? And the third term is a constant. We have assumed that if the sum of the three terms is equals to zero, given third term is a constant, then first two terms will also have the constant values whose sum is equal to the value of third term with opposite sign, something like this, right? So taking that into consideration, we have expressed the first two terms equal to some constants, and we had a characteristic equation h square is equals to a square plus b square. And from there, we had the values of x and y given together. We have written the expression for Ez, right? Now, once we have the value of Ez, we understand that there are six arbitrary constants. To obtain the values of six arbitrary constants, we are using boundary conditions. We are writing boundary conditions and using them to obtain the values of six arbitrary constants. Now, since we have got only four sides of a waveguide, you will have only four boundary conditions. So out of six, you will be able to obtain the values of only four constants. So two constants will remain in the expression of Ez, and it will continue to, they will continue to remain in the expressions of other components also, right? So similarly, we are going to uh, follow the same procedure for TE mode analysis also, right? So when it is a TE mode, when it is a TE mode, we know that electric field is perpendicular to the direction of propagation, right? So here I take a coordinate system. This is x, y, z. In there, we are placing a rectangular waveguide with a dimension along x-axis and b dimension along y-axis. The length of the waveguide is along to 0, Ez we have to obtain here. Ez equal to 0, we have to obtain the value of Hz, right? So here what I'll do, we'll have to consider wave equation similar to that of this, except that E is replaced by H. So therefore we have here dou square Hz by dou x square plus dou square Hz by dou y square plus dou square Hz by dou z square is equals to minus omega square mu epsilon Hz. Correct? Now I can replace dou by dou z equals to minus gamma. So this will be equal to gamma square into Hz, bringing this term the left hand side. So the procedure will be same, right? So except your EZ, we are having HZ, right? So what I'm doing here, what I'm going to do is, instead of going for this step-by-step analysis to obtain the value of HZ, so I'll write it directly that using variable separation method, I'll have the value of HZ. Directly, I'm writing it in the trigonometric function, which is C1 cos Bx plus C2 sin Bx. Similarly, C3 cos AY plus C4 sin AY. Right? So, ఇంతకు ముందు చూపించినట్టుగా లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో చేసిన లాగా, if we are doing it for HZ, we'll have the same value, right? So you are going to continue this analysis similar to this. So finally, you're going to end up with HZ is equal to this one, as we had the value of EZ, right? I hope you guys are able to follow. I really don't want to spend time in obtaining this value again, because this is something which we have done already. If you are still in confusion, like how do we end up with this, I have posted those pics of the TM mode analysis. Go through that step by step, you'll understand how we'll end up with HZ is equals to this expression. Okay, so now that we have the value of HZ, we have to obtain the values of these 6 arbitrary constants by applying boundary conditions, right? So what are the boundary conditions that we make use of actually? General boundary conditions. Tangential component of electric field is 0 at the boundary, and normal component of magnetic field is 0 at the boundary, right? So in a given rectangular waveguide, the normal component of the magnetic field at these sides would be the one which is in this direction, right? Is suppose this is surface 1, surface 2, surface 3, and we have here surface 1, right? So if we have magnetic field in the direction of y, then magnetic field in the direction of y, that is hy, is normal to 3 and 1, right? So at surface 1 and 3, hy is 0. Normal component of magnetic field is 0, right? For both 1 and 3. Whereas for sides 2 and 4, the normal component is hx. Oh, no? So here, at 2 and 4, hx is 0, and at 1 and 3, hy is 0, right? So we can make these two components 0 at these 4 boundaries, right? But do we have the value of hx or hy? No, we have the value of hz, right? So hz, is it a tangential component or normal component for all these sides? It is a tangential component. Your hz and ez are the tangential components to all the 4 sides, right? So we cannot make hz equal to 0 at all the 4 sides, because hz is a tangential component of magnetic field, and general boundary condition says that normal component of magnetic field is 0 but not the tangential component of magnetic field, right? So therefore, either I can write boundary conditions for your normal component of magnetic field or tangential component of magnetic electric field. So ఇక్కడ electric field కూడా లేదు, right? We don't have tangential electric field and we don't have normal magnetic field. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి, right? So what we have to do is, we have to convert this headset into either tangential component of electric field or normal component of magnetic field. అంటే headset ని hx లేదా hy లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకొని బౌండరీ కండిషన్స్ రాయాలి, లేదా ex and ey లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకొని బౌండరీ కండిషన్స్ రాయాలి. Why ex and ey? Because ex will be tangential to surface 1 and surface 3, right? Ex will be tangential to surface 1 and surface 3. So at surface 1 and surface 3, it is either ex 0 or hy is 0. Tangential component of electric field is 0 or normal component of magnetic field is 0. Ex, right? Which is parallel to 1 and 3. Similarly here, ey, so it is ey equal to 0 at 2 and 4, or hy is equal to 0 at 2 and 4, right? So either we have to write boundary conditions for hx and hy, or we'll have to write boundary conditions for Ex and Ey, right? I know this is bit tricky, but it is very simple. What I'm saying is, we have the expression for hz. We already know Ez equal to 0. Hz value calculate chese using variable separation method. We have this. Okay. So ఇందులో ఉన్న constants కి boundary conditions కావాలి అంటే we have to substitute. We have to consider boundary conditions, right? We have to substitute boundary conditions in this so that we have the values of constants. So and the boundary condition says that tangential component of electric field is 0 and normal component of magnetic field is 0, right? So hz అనేది normal component కాదు ఈ four sides కి కూడా. So I cannot directly write boundary conditions for hz and make hz 0 at all those four sides ఇంతకు ముందు ఇక్కడ చేసిన విధంగా. Ez all TM mode analysis లో ఏం చేసాము, Ez తీసుకున్నాము. Ez all sides కి parallel కాబట్టి, tangential kabatti, Ez ni directly we have made 0 at all the four sides of the waveguide, right? It was a tangential component, right? Whereas here magnetic field is not a normal component, right? So ఇప్పుడు boundary conditions రాయాలి అంటే hz కి డైరెక్ట్ గా రాయలేము, right? hz కి డైరెక్ట్ గా రాయలేము because it is not a normal component, it is a tangential component at the surfaces, right? So అలాంటప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు boundary conditions మనం దేనికి రాయొచ్చు, I have to convert given obtained hz either into tangential component of electric fields or normal components of magnetic fields, right? So ఇందులోకి convert చేసుకొని then I can write the boundary conditions. Okay, so I am going to consider tangential components of electric fields here, right? We can also consider normal components of magnetic fields. Either way we can do it. Okay, so we are going to write boundary conditions now. Okay. So for first surface, that is your first boundary condition, the tangential component of electric field is Ex, right? So here Ex is equal to 0. So for all values of x varying from 0 to a, right? So x value is varying from 0 to a and y is equals to 0, right? Along the x-axis, y is 0, right? Coming to second boundary condition. So here x is equal to 0, y is varying from 0 to b. So therefore, and what is the component, tangential component? Ey, right? So therefore, Ey is equal to 0 for x is equal to 0 and for all values of y varying 0 to b, right? So for third surface, which is your third boundary condition, it is again tangential component is Ex. So therefore, again Ex is equal to 0. Now again the third surface is varying from all the values of x equal to 0 to x equals to a. So for all values of x varying from 0 to a and y value is at some height b kabatti, so y is equals to b, right? And fourth one is again for fourth surface, the tangential component of electric field becomes Ey. So therefore Ey is equal to 0. So here it is again, your fourth surface exists at a distance of x equal to a from the origin. So therefore Ey is equals to 0 at x equals to a and for all values of y varying from 0 to b. Okay, అదే నేను నార్మల్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ లో రాస్తే సర్ఫేస్ 1 and 3 దగ్గర ఏమొస్తుంది, దట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ఫస్ట్ బౌండరీ కండిషన్ అండ్ థర్డ్ బౌండరీ కండిషన్ hy తీసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది, రైట్? సో hy is equals to 0, hy is equals to 0. For surface 2 and 4, it will be hx is equals to 0 and hx is equals to 0. Okay, so either way you can take, I have taken electric field, tangential component of electric field, right? Now do I know the value of Ex directly as of now? No, we don't know, right? We don't know the values of Ex and Ey. All that we know is we have the expressions for Ex, Ey, hx and hy in terms of Ez and hz, isn't it? So these expressions we have already derived, right? So we have derived the expression for Ex, Ey, Hx and Hy in terms of Ez and Hz. Now as it is a TE mode analysis, we know that Ez equal to 0, right? So I'll write it this side. For TE mode, Ez is equals to 0, right? So if Ez is equals to 0, what happens? This term will become 0, this term will become 0, this term will become 0, and this term will become 0, right? So when these terms become 0, what happens to the values of Ex and Ey? Your Ex will be equal to only the second term, right? So therefore, Ex is equals to minus j omega mu by h square into dou hz by dou y, right? And your Ey will be equal to ఈ ఈ జీరో మనం టీఎం మోడ్ అనాలిసిస్ లో పెట్టాము బ్లూ పెన్ తో ఉన్నది, రైట్? సో డోంట్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్. ఓకే, నౌ విత్ గ్రీన్ పెన్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ ఫర్ టీఈ మోడ్. ఫర్ టీఈ మోడ్ EZ is 0, so these terms are becoming 0. HZ is not 0 for TE mode కాబట్టి this mode exists in this mode, this term exists and this term exists for EX and EY respectively. So for EY it is four expressions for four field components, right? Okay, so now I have to substitute the value of Hz in this so that I have some value for Ex. Now, once we have the value of Ex, then I'll have to substitute the boundary condition, right? So let me give some equation numbers. So అక్కడ ఇచ్చినట్టుగానే ఇక్కడ కూడా equation numbers ఇచ్చుకుంటూ రావాలి. But as of now, let me take this as equation number 1, this as equation number 2, right? So from equation 2, I'll have the value of Ex as Ex is equals to what? Minus j omega mu by h square. We are differentiating hz with respect to 2y, right? When you're differentiating hz with respect to 2y, this is changing into sine and cos. This will remain constant. So c1 cos bx plus c2 sine bx into differentiation of cos is minus sine. So minus c3 sine ay, right, into a. So we have a coefficient a here. Similarly, plus c4 sine is converted into cos ay into a. So I am taking coefficient of a as a common. So I put it here, right? So this is the value of what? Ex. This is the value of Ex we get after we differentiate hz with respect to y, right? So now that we have the value of Ex, we substitute the first boundary condition, right? So substituting first boundary condition, what I have is Ex is 0, so 0 is equals to minus j omega mu a by h square. For all values of x is varying from 0 to a annam kabatti, x value is not a constant, so therefore we cannot substitute the value of x, so we leave that function as such. Cos bx plus c2 sin bx. ఇక్కడ y equals to 0 కాబట్టి first term sin ay is 0, so minus c3 into 0 plus c4 into cos ay, y is equals to 0 కాబట్టి cos 0 is 1, right? So here what I have, 0 is equals to minus j omega mu a by h square into c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx into c4, right? So we said that here I cannot make these terms equal to 0, right? So if I make this term equal to 0, your entire hz will become 0, right? So you can make, yeah. Is it clear now? Can you guys hear me? Is it clear now? Okay. Are the guys using Wi-Fi also having the same problem? The video is not clear. Okay, so I think since I'm moving camera around to show you uh, what you call this derivation comparatively with TM mode, it is taking some time to what you call set its resolution. So okay, I'll try to hold it still. If you still have a problem of clarity, let me. So yeah, so here we have this expression. Now in this C4 is equal to 0. So this implies C4 is equal to 0. Right. So when C4 is 0, I can substitute it in the expression of Hz. Right. So we have now Hz is equals to C1 cos Bx plus C2 sin Bx into 3 cos Ay. Okay. So we have this value for Hz. This is the new value of Hz, right? Let me take this as equation number 3, right? So to substitute second boundary condition, Ey is equals to 0, I'll have to make use of this expression, Ey, right? So Ey is equals to j omega mu by h square into dou hz by dou x. Ante, malli we have to differentiate this hz with respect to x, then we have the value of Ey, then I substitute the second boundary condition, right? So from 3, your hy is equals to j omega mu by h square into dou z by dou x. You differentiate z with respect to x, so therefore you will have minus c1 sin bx into b plus c2 cos bx into b. So I'll bring that b here, and C3 cos Ay is as such, right? So if I'm substituting boundary condition, this will be substituting second boundary condition, that will give me 0 is equals to j omega mu b by h square minus 7x is equal to 0 and y is varying from 0 to b, right? So minus c1 into 0 plus C2 into 1 into C3 cos Ay, right? So here you will end up with an expression, you'll end up with an expression j omega mu b by h square into C2 C3 cos Ay is equals to 0. So C3 into Ay, right? C3 into Ay is directly existing in Hz, so we cannot make this to 0. So only C2 can be made 0. So therefore, your Hz will be rewritten as C2 is made 0. So this term will vanish. We will have only this, right? So C1 cos Bx into C3 cos ay, right? So I'll write it as c1 c3 cos bx into cos ay. Okay, so if you know, observe, just a quick comparison again. Previously when we had the value of az, after substituting boundary conditions, it was completely in terms of sinusoidal function, right? We had az is equals to c2 c4 sin m pi by a into x sin n pi by b into y, and ez equals to finally c into this entire thing. In time domain we have written it as e power j omega t. So similarly, if you look into this expression of xz, we have similar pattern, except that sin is replaced by cos, right? So if I am going to substitute the other two boundary conditions, right, so I'm going to get the value of b and a the way we have obtained it in your TM mode analysis, right? So I am going to write those again directly. So from third and fourth boundary conditions, we'll have hz is equals to, we have hz is equals to c1 c3 cos m pi by a into x into cos n pi by b into y. Okay, so making this as a single constant and introducing time variation, I can write hz is equals to c into cos of m pi by a into x into cos of n pi by b into y into e power j omega t. Okay, so now we have the value of hz. I need the value of ex, ey, hx, and hy, final expressions, right? So we have ex equals to what? ఇందాక రాసాం కదా, వన్ టైం డెరివేషన్ ఆఫ్ హెచ్జెడ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు వై కాబట్టి డైరెక్ట్ గా నేను రాస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, మైనస్ జే ఒమేగా మ్యూ బై హెచ్ స్క్వేర్ differentiation with respect to y. So this will be converted into sign. So minus into minus plus c as it is as such, cos of m pi by a into x will be as such. Cos is minus sign, so I have replaced minus in plus. So you'll have sine n pi by b into y into e power j omega t into n pi by b వస్తుంది coefficient, right? So అక్కడ space లేదు కాబట్టి I'll write here. Okay. Now similarly, ey is equals to differentiating with respect to x, right? So j omega mu by h square. So if you're differentiating with respect to x, you will have c into cos is minus sign, so I'll put minus here, and you'll have m pi by a in the coefficient. Cos is written as sin into m pi by a into x into cos of n pi by b into y into e power j omega t కూడా ఉంటుందండి, into e power j omega t into e power j omega t. Similarly, hx చూస్తే ఏమవుతుందండి, differentiating once with respect to x కాబట్టి minus gamma by h square, differentiating with respect to x, so c is as such m pi by a into minus into minus plus అవుతుంది because differentiation of cos is minus sign, so sin m pi by a into x into cos m pi by b into y into e power j omega t. Hy is again minus gamma by h square, differentiating with respect to y, so minus gamma by h square. So differentiating with respect to y, so this will be changed into sign with a minus sign of, so minus into minus plus, this is cos, so this will remain as such. See, ఈ కోఎఫిషియంట్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి n pi by b సరి ముందే రాసేస్తున్నాను, cos of m pi by a into x into sin of n pi by b into y into e power j omega t, right? So these are the field components. Anyways, ez is equals to 0. So depending upon m and n values, again you're going to have different patterns for this. So again your TE mode is going to have infinite possible number of combinations because m and n will have values from 0 to infinity, and we know that m is half-wave field variations of field components along x-axis and n is half-wave field variations of field components along y-axis, right? So what happens if m is equals to 0 and n is equals to 0? If both are 0, right, head z exists as such, head z exists as such, no issue with head z. But when it comes to other field components, there is either a n or m in each term. So if both m and n are 0, you're going to have all 0 components except head z, right? But head z alone is not sufficient to mode to exist and propagate. We said like we have to have at least two field components, one of electric field and one of magnetic field in perpendicular directions, right? So that is not the case here, so it does not exist. What about TE01, right? So if it is TE01, Hz is not 0, right? When it comes to EX01, cos 01, uh, sign of 1 ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి so ex is not 0. What about ey? M is equals to 0 kada, 0 1 అన్నప్పుడు m is equals to 0, so ey is 0 as well as hx is 0, right? So ey is equals to 0, hx is equals to 0. What about hy? Right, hy is not equal to 0 because cos of 0 is 1. Anyway, n is equals to 1 kabatti hy 0 avvadu, right? So hy is not equal to 0. Okay, so T01 exists, right? This will exist because we have one electric field component and one magnetic field component in the perpendicular direction. So this mode exists. What about TE10? TE10 తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? Hz is anyway not equal to 0. What about EX10 అన్నప్పుడు EX is 0, right? Here ey is not equal to 0 because m is equals to 1 and n is equals to 0, so cos 0 1 kabatti hx ex is 0, ey is not equal to 0. What about hx? Hx is also not equal to 0, so hx is also not equal to 0, and you have hy is equals to 0. So again here also we see that we have two field components. One is ey and other one is hx in perpendicular direction not equal to 0. So this mode also exists, right? So ఇప్పుడు ఏదన్నా ఒక జీరో ఉండేసి ఇంకోటి నాన్ జీరో ఉంటే that mode exists అవుతుంది, right? So therefore except for TE00 all other modes are possible in a rectangular waveguide, right? Except for TE00 all other modes are possible in rectangular waveguide, right? So TE01, TE10, TE20, TE02, TE11, then TE12, TE2, ఇలాగా, right? Okay, so except for